Okay, so if you've ever looked for a job, you know this feeling, right? You pour hours into making your resume perfect, you write these amazing cover letters, you hit submit, and then crickets. Nothing. It's so frustrating, and honestly, it can be pretty demoralizing. So in this explainer, we're going to dive right into why the whole modern job search just feels so broken. And we'll look at one really simple idea for how we might actually fix it.
I mean, this quote right here, it just hits the nail on the head, doesn't it? Throwing my resume into a black hole, that's exactly what it feels like. And it's a feeling so many of us have had. You send all that hard work out into the void, and you're just left wondering, did anyone even see this? But here's the thing, it's not just a feeling. The numbers behind this are actually kind of staggering.
All right, let's get into it. Let's actually quantify this grind. We're going to shift from that feeling of frustration and look at the cold, hard data, because it really shows just how much time and effort we're all sinking into this. Okay, get this. 11 hours. That's the average amount of time people spend every single week just looking for work. I mean, think about that for a second. That is more than a full workday every week, just dedicated to the search. People say treat job hunting like a full-time job, but wow, that is a huge commitment, especially when you've got everything else going on in your life. And it gets even crazier when you break it down for just one single application. So check this out. Just filling out all those online forms, that can take you like 30 to 45 minutes. But then, the really important part, tailoring that cover letter so it's perfect for the job, that could be anywhere from 1 to 3 hours of your time. So, when you add it all up, you could easily be spending more than 2 hours on just one application. Now, think about it. Multiply that by how many jobs you're applying for in a week. The time just explodes. It adds up so fast. And after all that effort, what's the most common response you get? Well, it's usually nothing at all.
And that right there, that's what brings us to the real heart of the frustration. See, it's not just about the huge amount of work. It's about what happens next. Or, more accurately, what doesn't happen. It's just the silence.
Okay, this slide just lays it all out, plain and simple. Look at the disconnect here. On this side, you've got the applicant, right? Pouring in 11+ hours a week, tailoring every single application, writing custom cover letters. And on the other side, literally complete silence. No feedback, no updates, just nothing. So let's just call it what it is. This isn't just annoying, it's straight up unprofessional. I mean, for the person who's on the other end, waiting for any kind of response, it is so incredibly demotivating. It makes the whole thing feel completely pointless. Even a simple automated email would be 1,000 times better than just radio silence.
So the big question is, does it have to be this way? Is this just the new normal? Well, according to our source material, absolutely not. It actually proposes a really simple path to accountability. Think of it like a wake-up call for the entire industry.
Okay, here it is, the big idea. What if we could just flip the script? What if job seekers could actually rate their experience with a recruiter or a company after they apply? I mean, think about it. It's such a simple concept, but it could create this massive ripple effect.
And here's how it would work. It's a pretty logical 3-step plan. So first, you, the candidate, you rate your experience. Simple enough. Second, that feedback gets shared publicly, maybe on a company's career page or some other website. And then third, and this is the key part, that public accountability gives recruiters a real incentive to actually communicate better and, treat candidates with a bit more respect.
And really, when you boil it all down, that's what this is about. Like the source says, this isn't some crazy, complicated idea. It's not rocket science. It's just basic human decency, acknowledging someone's time and effort. That's all it is. So at the end of the day, this whole thing isn't just about one person's bad experience, right? This is a shared challenge. It's something that resonates with millions of people who are just trying to navigate their careers. And that brings us to the last and maybe the most important question of all.
So we want to leave you with this to think about. Have you had one of these frustrating experiences with a job search? Does this all sound familiar? And what do you think about this idea of a rating system for recruiters? It's definitely a conversation worth having because we all have a stake in building a system that's, better and more respectful for everyone.